Welcome back. In this task, you are going to create epics on your roadmap. An epic is a large body of work that can be broken down into a number of smaller stories or issues in JIRA. On a product roadmap, epics are created as part of an initiative which is plotted on a timeline. Those initiatives are usually driven by the organization's goals for the product. Breaking initiatives into epics helps to keep the team's daily work connected to the overall business goals. A good example of an epic would be Launch Banking mobile app. This epic will include user stories aimed at designing the user interface, writing the source code, writing acceptance criteria and tests, and executing tests. In this task, you are going to create epics that will help the firm achieve its goals for the product. To begin, we shall consult a file that I have created for you, which describes the OKRs for the product. Any initiative for this product must help in achieving these OKRs. We're not going to represent the OKRs on the roadmap. What we are going to do is use these OKRs to drive initiatives, which will be broken down into epics, which can then be represented on the roadmap. So I have broken down these initiatives into epics, and I'll now show them on my roadmap. To create an epic on your roadmap, click on the roadmap menu item. You will see a screen with a field marked by a purple thunderbolt icon and the question, what needs to be done under the epic column. Write out your epic and click enter to add it to your roadmap. When this happens, your epic will be added to the roadmap and another empty field will be prepared for you to create your next epic. If you navigate away from the roadmap view and come back, you will find a plus sign at the bottom of the epic column, which you can click on to add another epic. Let's do that quickly. Finally, we can create an epic in the roadmap using the Create button. Click on the Create button. In the issue type field, which was previously Story, click on it and change it to Epic. Then move to the Summary field and write out your epic. Next field is the Description field, which I will leave blank. The next field is the Assigning field, and I'll assign it to myself. I could also leave it blank. The next field is the Label field, which I'll leave blank, but I'll select a start date and an end date. This is important because it will reflect the duration of the epic on the timeline. I will leave all the other fields in the default states, and then I'll click on the Create button to add it to the roadmap. You will notice that an epic created this way will be different from the ones you created by typing directly into the roadmap because you included a start date and an end date. Now let's go back to the epics we created previously and I did them to reflect their duration on the timeline. Click on the epic. A window will roll out on the right-hand side of the screen. You can add information about the epic, such as information about the assignee, as well as the start date and the end date. Let's do that quickly. Assign it to myself. Now pick a start date. And an end date. Close the window by clicking on the X mark. You can now see that the duration of this epic has been reflected on the timeline. I made a mistake here. It says no due date. If you make this kind of mistake, you click on it and you ensure that a due date is selected. Now, your epic has been correctly represented on the timeline. Ensure that you place a start and an end date so that it can be reflected on your timeline. Congratulations, you have successfully completed your 4th task. In this task, you learned how to add epics to your roadmap. In the next task, I'll show you how to create child issues and then add them to your epic.